Good evening and thank you for making a date with us. You are watching Primetime News. I'm Joy Gosses. Oncology leads the bulletin tonight. The Ministry of Health and Social Services launched the Namibia African Caribbean Cancer Consortium Pfizer research project on breast and prostate cancer in the capital earlier today. Speaking at the launch, Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Kalimbi Shangula, noted prostate cancer is the second most common cancer among men worldwide, with an estimated 1.4 million cases and 375,000 deaths in 2020. In Namibia, prostate cancer accounts for approximately 12% of all male cancers. Let's listen in.
Namibia has the capacity to screen and detect breast cancer at an early stage and to initiate early treatment. Prostate cancer, on the other hand, occurs when abnormal cells grow in the prostate gland, which is located in the male reproductive system. Prostate cancer is the second most common cancer among men worldwide, with an estimated of 1.4 million cases and 375,000 deaths in 2020 alone. In Namibia, prostate cancer accounts for approximately 12% of all male cancer. The risk factors for prostate cancer include age, family history, and lifestyle factors such as diet, physical activity, or rather lack thereof.
This project is a testament to the close partnership and collaboration between our two countries in the health sector, and it is especially meaningful to me as someone who understands the importance of addressing health disparities in African communities. As we all know, cancer is a disease that affects people from all walks of life, but it is also true that some populations are more affected by certain types of cancer than others. Unfortunately, people of African descent have been shown to have a higher incidence of certain types of cancer, including prostate and breast cancer, and also experience worse health outcomes. This is unacceptable and something we must work together to address. The Breast and Prostate Cancer Project is an important step towards better understanding the root causes of these disparities and developing strategies to improve health outcomes for those affected.
Meanwhile, Sub-Saharan Africa Coordinator, Co-Principal Investigator, Anne Correll revealed, with the approval of the Institutional Review Board, Namibia is ready to start recruiting patients for the Cancer Research Project. The IRB reviews and monitors biomedical research involving human subjects. Once more, let's listen in.
By May of this year, we need to have recruited 600 patients. And by July, we need to have recruited 800. And by October, we should have enrolled 1,000. And by December, end of this year, we need to have enrolled 1,800 patients. So where are we as of now? So at the moment, we have sites that have already gotten their IRBs. As you know, it's a process to get the IRB approvals and to get the study launched and ongoing. So we have sites that already started this work. They got their IRBs and have already started recruiting.
This project is titled Cancer Genome Cohort to Promote Health Equity Amongst Patients of African Ancestry, Characterization of Genetic and Molecular Drives, with a focus on breast and prostate cancers. These two cancers were estimated to be responsible for almost 30% of all cancers diagnosed in Namibia in 2020. Namibia is one of the many sites in Africa, the Caribbean, and the United States of America participating in this collaborative research.
Switching attention to northern Namibia, where the Ohangwena Regional Council has cautioned community members around the Oshana Lumono floodplains against consumption of fish from floodwaters, citing a possible disease caused by fungal infections. Isabel Bendo filed this report.
The Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, through samples taken from the scene, confirmed this and are monitoring the situation further. In an interview with Nampa on Sunday, Engala constituency councillor Erican Haingumbi said when his team visited the area, they found people with buckets full of carpenters and catfish. Haingumbi noted that the carpenters seemed to have little energy while in the water, hence they were easy to catch. Community members should not buy carpenters until further direction from the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. The councillor added that not only the Ohangwena region is affected by this situation because the flood passed through the Ohangwena, Oshana and Etosha areas.
Moving on, the Namibian Police Force Weekend Crime Report issued on Sunday revealed that 4 cases of individuals found in possession of cannabis were recorded. Our reporter Prime Rose Harrises compiled this report.
A 19-year-old male suspect was arrested in Lodretz at Nautilus after he was found with 29 parcels of cannabis weighing 55.30 grams and valued at 2,765 Namibia dollars during a police search. A 21-year-old male was arrested the same day at Lodretz in the Jackals Dry residential area after he was found in possession of 1 big parcel of cannabis seeds valued at 480 Namibia dollars also during a police search. In the same vein, on the same day, a 26-year-old male suspect and his 31-year-old girlfriend were arrested at Korihas in the Hollywood location after they were found in possession of 10 parcels of pure cannabis at their residence during police search. Also in the same town and area on Friday, a 26-year-old male suspect was arrested after he was found in possession of 19 parcels of cannabis during a police search. Additionally, in the same town, a 34-year-old male and a 26-year-old female were arrested after they were allegedly caught dealing in drugs. 2 bags of cannabis were found, each containing Cotamendrex tablets during police search. The value is still unknown.
Your top roundup is up next. Welcome to Primetime Buzz, where business and economics are topical. Leading the segment, the Namibian and Botswana governments on Saturday officially launched a 24-hour service system at the Trans-Kalahari-Mamuno border post, situated 120 kilometers east of Hobabas in the Omhaika region.
Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security Albert Kawana said the 24-hour operation was a joint directive of President Geingob of Namibia and President Mokgweetsi Masisi of Botswana. Kawana stated that with the use of the identity cards as travel documents between the 2 countries, a total of 214 Namibians and 525 Botswana nationals have crossed through the Mamuno border post since 24 February 2023 when the system was introduced at the same border post. Kawana thus urged the management of the port of Walvis Bay to use the economic opportunities coming with the use of identity cards as well as the 24-hour service operation at Mamuno to its advantage. On her part, Botswana's Minister of Finance, Peggy Sarame, said about 8,800 commercial trucks will cross the Mamuno border post to Botswana on a monthly basis, and this has translated into revenue import value of 15 billion pula annually. She further stated that the two governments will now continue with the next project of a one-stop border at the same Mamuno, strictly with a plan to increase the flow of goods and people between the two countries.
On to business news beyond our borders. A falling local currency, salary arrear payments, and war spending have pushed up prices in impoverished Democratic Republic of Congo, leaving locals struggling to afford basics. Since the start of the year, the Congolese franc has depreciated about 50% against the US dollar, according to official figures, and money changes hitting the poorest hardest. More on this report.
The price hikes follow increased government spending to battle the M23 rebel group, which has captured swathes of territories in eastern Congo since last year. About two-thirds of the DRC's population of 10 million people live on less than $2 a day, according to the World Bank. The International Monetary Fund said in February that the DRC increased spending in 2022 to respond to the conflict in the east, as well as to pay salary arrears. The Central African nation has one of the most dollarized economies in the world, a legacy of runaway inflation during the rule of former dictator Mobutu Sese Seko. The Congolese government has vowed to stabilize the currency, but the franc's falling value has already spurred anger. Transport fares in the megacity of an estimate of 15 million people have also risen.
That concludes our top news segment for this evening. Up next, we have a roundup of the latest developments in the world of economics, followed by the weather forecast. Boxing leads the segment. In a dominant display of grit and powerful combinations, Swakopmund-based Philemon Hingidiyane retained his World Boxing Association Pan-African Flyweight title after knocking out South African Theo Nyabi in the 4th round of their contest on Saturday night. More from this report.
Before the fight, Ngutanyane had a record of 3 knockouts from 10 wins. On Saturday night at the Roman Catholic Hospital Hall, he added to his knockout record by once again flooring his opponent with a body shot with just 2 minutes and 49 seconds into the 4th round of the bout. The win now makes it his second successful defense of the title after his first defense in November 2022 when he also floored his Tanzanian opponent Ali Ngwando with a 7th round knockout. The Namibian boxer continued where he left off 4 months ago as he was still the aggressor, taking the fight to the South African boxer. The workmanlike performance by Ngutanyane in his second WBA Pan-African title defense improved his unbeaten professional record to 11 wins, 4 by way of knockout and 1 draw. Reporting for Sport Planet, I'm Michael Madimba.
On to the English Premier League. Chelsea seemingly continued to sing the blues after head coach Graham Potter was sacked by the club following defeat to Aston Villa on Saturday. The defeat plummeted them into the bottom half of the Premier League table. More from this insert.
The 2-0 loss at Stamford Bridge drew angry calls from home supporters for the manager to go after the team's poor run of form extended to just 4 wins from 19 games in the league. A club statement read, Chelsea FC has announced that Graham Potter has departed the club. Graham has agreed to collaborate with the club to facilitate a smooth transition. He is likely to remain in charge for both leagues of the Champions League last 8 meeting with Real Madrid, whilst recruitment chiefs Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart conduct the search for a successor. The club paid £21.5 million in compensation to Brighton in order to release Potter and his backroom staff, a record fee paid by an English club for manager and second only to the figures stumped up by Bayern Munich in 2021. For Julian Nagelsmann, reporting for Sport Planet, I'm Michael Madimba.
And with that, we have reached the end of tonight's newscast. Thank you for watching. Do make a date with us tomorrow for another edition. From myself, Joy Courses, and the entire production team behind the scenes, it's good night.